This image is a blur of genius and raw chaotic emotion. On June 21st, 1994, Diego Maradona had just scored one of the most beautiful goals of his career, a final brilliant flourish on the world stage. It was a moment of resurrection for a fallen hero, but what the world saw was not the full picture. Hidden behind the celebration and the triumphant return lay a web of desperation, power struggles, and betrayals that would bring down a golden angel. This isn't just the story of a doping scandal, it's the story of how an aging icon, a desperate nation, and a corrupt football body collided in the American summer. By 1993, the Diego Maradona we knew was a ghost of his former self. His glorious career at Napoli had ended in a 15-month ban for cocaine use. He was overweight, out of shape, and facing legal troubles back home in Argentina, including an infamous incident where he fired an air rifle at journalists outside his home, injuring 4 of them. The prospect of a return to international football seemed impossible. Meanwhile, his nation's team was in crisis. After a humiliating 5-0 home defeat to Colombia, they were on the brink of missing the World Cup entirely. The Argentine public, desperate for a hero, turned to their fallen idol. Maradona answered the call, returning to captain the side for a 2-legged playoff against Australia. And here's a fact many don't know. Years later, Maradona himself claimed that for those crucial playoff matches, the team was given a speedy coffee with an unspecified stimulant. While his teammates denied any knowledge of consciously taking illegal substances, they all confirmed the same suspicious detail. For the first time in their qualifying campaign, there were no anti-doping controls for the playoff matches. This incident, which allowed a troubled star to return under a cloud of suspicion, set the stage for everything that was to come. By the time the World Cup began, Maradona had undergone a dramatic transformation, losing 26 pounds in just a few months. He was no longer the bullish player who took on entire teams. Instead, he was a master tactician, a one-touch conduit, directing play with his mind. This new, physically transformed Maradona was on full display in the opening match against Greece. After a series of 6 one-touch passes, the ball found his left foot and he fired it into the top corner of the net. His celebration was pure theater. Wide-eyed, screaming into the camera, it was a primal roar of triumph. But contrary to popular belief, that celebration wasn't what triggered the drug test. The test, which was a part of FIFA's new random testing policy, was conducted after Argentina's next match against Nigeria. The indelible image of Maradona being led off the field by a nurse with a green cross on her chest became an instant symbol of the scandal. The results were devastating. His sample contained a cocktail of 5 banned substances, all related to the stimulant ephedrine. So, what really happened? Maradona's official defense was an innocent mistake. He claimed his personal trainer, Daniel Cherini, had given him a new supplement, Ripped Fuel, which contained ephedrine as a substitute for his usual one, Ripped Fast, without knowing the difference. The official investigation found this plausible, assigning responsibility to his trainer, but the story goes deeper. You may have heard rumors of a pre-tournament deal between FIFA and the US to ensure Maradona's presence, given he was the tournament's biggest draw. While this is a widely circulated theory, there is no verifiable evidence to support it. Instead, the true conspiracy was a panicked, behind-the-scenes scramble after he was caught. According to a biography of FIFA's then Secretary General Sepp Blatter, FIFA President João Havelange and others tried to hide or postpone the investigation of Maradona's case until after the tournament was over. They were trying to avoid a public relations disaster in the US market. Blatter, however, refused, insisting on an immediate punishment for the sake of a doping-free competition and, perhaps, his own political ambitions to succeed Havelange. And here's the final crucial detail that separates fact from fiction. It was hinted that there was pressure from Brazilians to push Maradona out of the competition, but the facts do not support this claim. In fact, Havelange was himself Brazilian, and his motivation was to contain a crisis, not to appease a rival nation. The scandal was a tragic end for a man who famously declared, "They have sawed off my legs." Argentina, who had been a tournament favorite, was eliminated in the next round, a team defeated by the loss of their captain. But the fall of this golden angel had a lasting impact. FIFA was forced to take overdue measures against the proliferation of stimulants and introduced a more rigorous anti-doping policy. Maradona's final World Cup ended in disgrace, but it also became a pivotal moment for football, forcing the sport to confront its demons. It's a story that remains one of the most compelling and confounding tales in sports history, proving that even a hero's glorious comeback can be a fragile, fleeting illusion. If you want to dive deeper into this or other moments in football history, let us know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel for more.